Let's try to put those together. Again.
Welcome to our midweek edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks so much for joining us. As you'll see over the next few minutes, Jamaica is taking advantage of strategic partnerships to improve literacy across the board and opening up more opportunities for specialist teachers. There's even more to see in the half hour, so please stick around. The news is right after this break.
Experiencing flu-like symptoms such as coughing, fever, or runny nose? Has it caused severe aches and pains? Is it difficult to breathe? Have you been feeling dizzy? What about diarrhea, vomiting, or dehydration? If the answer is yes, see your doctor or the nearest health center right away. These are all symptoms of the influenza A H1N1 virus. Be smart. Seek medical attention today.
Don't make diseases spread. Wash your hands with soap and water instead. Wash them regular or use a hand sanitizer. Make sure the germs them dead. Touching your eyes or your mouth or your nose. Wash your hands before you do things like those. After you use the bathroom before preparing food, come on, wash your hand them clean.
Good day, I'm Andrea Chizom and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, March 30. The House of Representatives has approved an $83.83 billion carry-on budget to take care of government's spending needs until the next budget is presented. Finance Minister Audley Shaw says it will cover operations for up to 3 months, but does not include sums for debt servicing.
And this will allow us to carry on the business of government. And at that time, during which time, Mr. Speaker, it is expected that the formal tabling of the budget will be done on the 14th of April, after which the Standing Finance Committee will meet on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of May.
Minister Shaw will open the budget debate on May 12, followed by the opposition spokesperson on May 17, the opposition leader on May 19, and the Prime Minister on the 24th. The Finance Minister will close the debate on May 25. Cabinet went on retreat this morning to finalize that budget and other matters.
This is an opportunity for us to review all our plans and our programs. And so out of this Cabinet retreat, the Minister of Finance would be able, in his presentation, to articulate clearly the way forward.
Government will be looking at other options to fund the $1.5 million tax break for those earning that amount or less. The plan was to use proceeds from the special consumption tax on fuel, but Finance Minister Audley Shaw says the money, which went straight to the consolidated fund, was already used up.
This government campaigned on a promise of giving those earning $1.5 million and less a break, and that promise is going to be kept. That I can assure you. We are assessing a number of options, and the Cabinet retreat will complete that process this week to mitigate the fiscal impact of this measure. And we remain confident that it can be accommodated within the context of broader tax reform, which is where we welcome the assistance of the private sector.
The Finance Minister was speaking at the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, PSOJ's President's Forum on Tuesday. Downtown Kingston is soon to have another global company as China Communications Construction Company CCCC plans to set up its regional headquarters in the business district. Vice President of the Chinese company Ziyu Sun made the disclosure in an interview with JIS News shortly after the official opening of the Caymanas leg of the North-South Highway.
The building will start soon in downtown of Kingston.
The CCC's top executive said the company intended to remain in the region and to continue investing in Jamaica.
We already signed around more than 20 economic zone, industry park, free trade zone in different countries, more than 20. We have a special company focused on this. I will bring this company later to enter Jamaica.
Mr. Sun says CCCC is open to pursuing investments in industrial parks in the Jamaican ports as well as in the construction of another express highway. The investor is also pursuing the potential in tourism and real estate. The new concrete road leading to the Riverton City disposal site is on course for completion by September. The access road is being built at a cost of $219.6 million with funding provided through grant support from the government of Mexico. Local Government Minister Desmond McKenzie toured the landfill last Thursday and announced that funds would be sought to repair one of the two bridges linking the access road with the disposal site. He said both bridges were needed, where one could be used as an entrance and the other as an exit. In the meantime, he says additional trucks are being procured to improve garbage collection across the island.
In this year's estimate, there is an additional, I think, $250 million that has been earmarked for the purchasing of new trucks. And we are now tying up the arrangements to conclude the purchasing of the 17 trucks that is in the system already.
Minister McKenzie says a team will be set up to advise him on the best trucks to purchase for the system. The local government minister has also announced plans for the renovation of the Maypen Cemetery in Kingston. He says this is to encourage and facilitate increased use of the over 200-acre property, of which 130 acres have been utilized for burials. Following a tour of the cemetery on March 24, Minister McKenzie said the plan would include restoration of graves which have been vandalized, repairs to the perimeter fence and access roads, and general landscaping.
The movers and shakers of Jamaica is buried here in Maypen Cemetery, and it is a place of historical value, and it is something that could also become a part of cultural tourism. So there is significant importance to the Maypen Cemetery.
The cemetery is located between the Horizon Adult Remand Center on Spanish Town Road and Tivoli Gardens High School on Industrial Terrace in West Kingston. Minister McKenzie says a special committee has been established to spearhead development of its renovation. It's chaired by Robert Hill, Town Clerk of the Kingston St. Andrew Corporation, which owns and operates the property. And finally, the Education Ministry has responded to public concerns regarding a question in the Grade 6 Achievement Test GSAT asking how a worn Jamaican flag should be disposed of. According to the ministry, the correct answer based on the protocol published by the Jamaica Information Service is that the damaged flag should be destroyed in a dignified way, preferably by burning privately. However, in light of the fact that some approved textbooks indicate that the Jamaican flag can be disposed of by burying it, the ministry says it will ensure that students who gave that answer will not be at a disadvantage. And that's it for GIS News today. Amanda Chisholm, thank you for watching.
This is the Aedes aegypti mosquito that spreads the Zika, chikungunya, and dengue viruses. Search for its breeding sites and destroy them. A message from the Ministry of Health.
The Education Ministry achieved and surpassed its target of 85% literacy at the primary level by the 2015-2016 academic year. This next feature looks at one of the programs that helped to deliver those results and the ongoing work to improve Jamaica's literacy levels.
Reading and comprehension, fundamental building blocks for all future learning. Challenging as it may be for some children, the Ministry of Education has a long-standing mantra: every child can learn, every child must learn. And with that vision firmly in sight, the ministry has been on a mission to improve the literacy levels of children. Between September 2013 and August 2015, it collaborated with the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, to provide technical assistance to the National Literacy Program. The Partnership for Improved Reading Outcomes strengthened the comprehensive reading program in hundreds of schools, 450 in Year 1 and 300 schools in Year 2.
The activity reached over 100,000 students, trained over 1,000 teachers, delivered 125 parents' places, and provided thousands of reading books to schools. 87 reading coaches were employed to work with the National Literacy Team, providing direct support to teachers.
The literacy team provided direct support to teachers from grades 1 through 3.
Special attention was given to gender-sensitive instruction, as it is important to understand issues related to the instruction of boys and girls. A gender specialist who worked with the team developed a gender manual that is of tremendous value to the system.
Parents' places were also established in schools to teach parents how to help their children to read.
Under this project, the ministry reported increased interest in learning by students attending schools where parent places are established.
The partnership for improved reading outcomes between the Education Ministry and USAID has borne fruit.
We are pleased that the grade 3 children who benefited from the various interventions were among those who surpassed expectations in the recent grade 4 literacy test.
The program assisted the ministry in surpassing the 2015 to 2016 literacy target. The goal was for 85% mastery of the grade 4 literacy test, but the actual result was 86.5%. With the successful completion of that reading project, the Education Ministry is again partnering with USAID on another literacy venture. This time, it's the USAID Latin America and the Caribbean Reads Capacity Program.
This LAC Reads Capacity Program supports early grade reading and aims to increase the impact, the scale, the sustainability of early grade reading interventions in Jamaica.
The 5-year program, which was formally launched in March 2016, is being rolled out in 8 countries and will end in 2019. It will facilitate the collection of information associated with early reading from birth through age 8. For example, information on the impediments to reading. The data will help to craft solutions that will guide policy decisions.
Participating countries will remain connected, share resources and experiences, while actively using the evidence gathered to inform policy decisions, and implement approaches and actions to improve early grade reading.
It will be coordinated by the American Institute for Research, and EduConnect Jamaica will implement the program in Jamaica. The Education Ministry has endorsed the initiative. Permanent Secretary Dr. Marie Smith says the research will assist in the crafting of programs that promote critical thinking.
As a country, we are going to have to pay special attention to how we think. It is not an incidental outcome. It is something for which we must be purposeful, we must be intentional, we must be deliberate.
The Ministry of Education, partnering with the United States Agency for International Development to improve the literacy levels of Jamaican children.
I wonder where Chantal is. You know me can't find him for Wait, I know when they know. Watch me, her name. Hey Chantal, where you watch? GIS?
No most you no say that the program are the best.
Them always the places where you have progress. I'm here to them there. Don't me now fi guess.
I most Manchester's finest.
Hey, hide the remote, not change the station.
I will soon come back with more information
from the school and the station where you number one. From the school and the program where you number one.
Take your place. Talk to your child about sex.
85% mastery of literacy was the 2015-2016 benchmark, but certainly not the end goal. Getting to 100% literacy is going to take dedication on the part of parents, policymakers, children, and of course, teachers. Up next, 2 practitioners in the field show us why this is so important and such a good career choice for those with a passion for helping others.
Sound. 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 Again? What's that word? Pops. Pops. Call that word. Pops. Call the word. Pops. This word says pops. All right.
Michina Colson is a school-based literacy coordinator for the Ministry of Education.
Oh, this is my passion.
And that is usually the case for just about everyone who pursues this particular career path.
You have to be committed. You have to be patient. To treat with reading problems is not easy, right? But you have to be committed to the task.
A literacy specialist, sometimes called a reading specialist, is an educator who helps students develop their literacy skills.
And we talk about literacy skills, we're talking about writing, oral language or speaking, listening, and critical thinking. You take a clinical approach to teaching. So there you treat with the difficulties, reading difficulties, writing difficulties, and all of that.
We work on the words and then we go to the actual reading. So it's a step-by-step process. I also use the guided reading where I would read along with them. I would guide them into reading.
We also have those students who are performing above, and so the job of the literacy specialist is to provide enrichment programs so you know how to treat with those students as well.
We tie in with the regular classes through consultation as well as through observation of what the children are doing and so on. Come on. He forgot. Remember that word from this board. Let's read again. He forgot. Says us.
Persons who take on this job are expected to have taken a number of post-secondary courses that focus specifically on literacy or reading education. A bachelor's or master's degree may be necessary.
You have different tertiary institutions that you can go. I know the Jamaica University, they have a lot of reading programs, they offer a lot of reading programs, and also degree in literacy in reading. And the University of the West Indies, they also have a bachelor's course in literacy studies and a master's course as well, and you can do that face-to-face or online. And I think Monique Teachers College, they have a literacy program there as well.
As long as the school or program you choose is accredited, your certification should also work in other countries. But
you need to, however, learn the culture of the places that you go to, because with literacy, you have to really teach it according to culture.
And locally or overseas, there is a solid demand for literacy specialists.
Yes, there are. And the schools, especially the primary schools and even the high schools, they have a high demand for literacy specialists.
Earning potential is also good, with local jobs attracting as much as 7-figure salaries and comparable numbers overseas.
So it's very lucrative.
So that I can give back really to my community, to my area, in whatever way I can. And this is my little way of doing that.
First and foremost, I have a passion. I have a love for reading, a passion for literacy. I love to help people, I love to help students. And one of my major success is getting a child who don't even know letter sounds. And at the end of a year or at the end of even 6 months, that child can read even a paragraph, and that is satisfying for me.
This word says what? Fox. This word says fox. That's 2 animals already we see in the story, right? Good job. Wow.
This is the Aedes aegypti mosquito that spreads the Zika, chikungunya, and dengue viruses. Protect yourself from the bite of this mosquito. A message from the Ministry of Health.
Jamaica, this is Kevin Downswell. We original. We were blessed. We have something about us that the world craves. We don't need to compromise. We don't need to rob, we don't need to thief nobody. Everybody who watch this have something unique in them that God placed in you, that was used to bring you favor, was used to bring you wealth. Find it. It's inside of you. Whether they're on the street side, something special inside of you. Whether they're at the bar or drink rum and you try to drink away your troubles, listen to me. And I say go. If you find that thing is what is the very thing that will bring you wealth, the very thing that will bring your life to a level you never imagined. Everybody out there have a choice. And my challenge to you is choose to do the right thing. Choose to not bust that gun. Choose to not smoke that weed. Choose the right thing. Your decision will create a habit, and your habit will create a future. That means if your decision is wrong every day, your future will end up being popped down. But if you decide that you're not going to do that, and you're going to stand up for the right, watch it. Your future big. You're blessed. Jamaica, you're blessed. Youth, you're blessed. Girl, you're blessed. Love.
Every year, government and private sector team up to honor the men and women whose job and sworn commitment it is to protect and serve. One among their ranks is named and awarded the top cop of the year. And as you'll see next, the contenders are not just concerned about apprehending criminals, they are dedicated to supporting a culture of peace.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had bad traits, you go to school and learn the golden rule. So why are you?
A prestigious platform has been set to publicly acknowledge the professionalism and dedication of members within the Jamaica Constabulary Force. It's the LASCO Jamaica Constabulary Force Police Officer of the Year program, established in 2000. Sergeant Ava Lindo was the 2015-2016 LASCO JCF Top Cop.
It's a platform of honor.
But more than that, she's of the belief it's a platform to do good. So this top cop has worked consistently to improve her community and organization since winning the title.
I used the theme this year, for the year of my reign. No one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. For me, it's about doing. It's not just about talking about what you're able to do, but for people to really feel and see that you really care about them.
During her year of reign, Sergeant Lindo has been working to inspire young people, empowering them to reject a life of crime and violence. She has been hosting forums, seminars, and lectures focusing on topics such as parenting, child care and protection, and police-citizen relations. A blood drive was organized to boost collection for the blood bank, and with the support of Food for the Poor, the Barnes Basic School was outfitted with needed furniture. The 2015-2016 Top Cop awardee has also created and distributed an exercise book containing safety tips for children to guard against sexual abuse.
The messages that are in there will help the child or the children to identify who are some of the abusers. They're not necessarily strangers, but they're family members. Where to go for help, there's a teacher, there is a guidance counselor, to talk with your parents and somebody that you trust and know will protect and care for them.
Sergeant Ava Lindo is a team player, and finalists in the 2016-2017 Top Cop Awards program had her support in a week of activities geared at determining her successor. They were engaged in the mentorship program of the Community Safety and Security branch of the JCF. Approximately 200 students from Meadowbrook High, City College, YMCA, Possibilities Foundation, and Calabar High benefited from motivational talks to help them in becoming successful adults.
There are some people who will tell you that you can't make it, but that is their lie. Do not believe it. Find that strength within you and rise above it and stand in your place of strength. You can become anything that you want to be, and nobody can take that away from you.
Study hard. That's the first foundation. Don't compare yourself to others. Everybody is born with different skills and different talent. So you are an important person.
Besides all the talk, there was a peace march through halfway tree and friendly football competitions among children from the schools.
You don't have one school playing against another school. You have members of each team comprises of individuals from all schools. So we have sportsmanship being displayed, persons learning how to play with each other and just to get along in general. Too often we've had much issues with boys from different schools in terms of fighting and rivalry between schools. And so we decided that if we could get the finalists on board to just oversee and mentor teams, then we can get the boys playing together and start building that gap in terms of rivalry between schools in the corporate area.
The week of activities formed part of the judging for determining who will succeed as the 2016-2017 LASCO JCF Top Cop.
We have an opportunity to look at their deportment, their general discipline and demeanor as we select or decide on who best suit the title Police Officer of the Year.
You have to be passionate about serving.
It's been 11 months.
7 years.
12 years.
Since I became the most important person in the world.
It's a big responsibility to know that her future is in our hands.
I have to tell him and show him that he is my number one. I want to prepare them for life's journey. So as them grow, them know the difference between right and wrong.
I gotta make sure I keep him out of bad company. Because if I don't raise him right, the streets are gonna raise him.
I fail, she fail.
If me stumble, him fall. Knowing I'm responsible for their future and they're responsible for Jamaica's future.
So I won't give up or allow her to quit.
I'm gonna make sure I'm safe on the straight and narrow.
Me prefer to tell them no now than watch them regret it later.
Because to the world, I'm just another person. But to my child, I'm the whole wide world.
We've come to the end of today's show, but be sure to join us tomorrow when another magazine unfolds. In the meantime, this one can be found on our website or YouTube channel. We're also on social media, so connect with us through our Twitter and Instagram feeds or send us a line via email. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for your company.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.